separated. We'll see. I could be dead wrong. Maybe Olivia is playing us. They're still like ride or die. We're going to see them on season 6. And she's just like completely done with the Plath and we'll never speak to them again. What I think is so good about the Welcome to Plathville season, though, is like, of course, now we know Micah, Mariah have nothing to do with Ethan and Olivia currently. I mean, they're kind of, Micah is speaking to Ethan, but they don't really have a close friendship. They're obviously done with Olivia. They're back team parents. But I don't know how you guys feel watching this. I feel like there's something really sad and deeply, I don't want to use the word wrong because there's nothing wrong with any of us. We're all okay. But I feel like there's something really deeply bothering Mariah. We see Mariah, get baptized. She's talking about her alopecia. The baptism scene, by the way, was wild in that muddy, murky pond. I'm like, aren't they in Georgia? Don't they have like alligators down there or something? Like, I just thought like a huge megalodon alligator was going to come out and like eat the entire family. Kim's face when they went, like Barry was crying and Lydia Plath was crying and Kim was annoyed as fuck to be there. She's like, I don't believe any of this like religious bullshit at all. She did it for Barry. She hates Barry more than life. I mean, something had to have drastically changed besides TV fame because they all really seem like they hate each other. And it's almost like I have empathy for this family because it's almost sad to me. It does feel like this family was happy, even if they were completely naive and, the kids were sheltered before they went on this show. There's so much going on. So and Mariah kind of got mixed reviews when she posted last week on Instagram about being baptized. Half the people were like, wonderful, turn your life over to God. That's great. And the other half were like, girl, you need serious therapy that has nothing to do with it. I believe in a mix of both. Nothing is black or white for me. Could be for you, could work. And everything works for different people. Like you should try different things. But I'm like, I want to see Mariah in therapy too. Something seems deeply troubling there. Just like a sadness. And, she even talks about at times she didn't even know if she wanted to be on this planet. I don't know. I feel like if you're feeling that way, Lord, you got to get some help, because we all, the voice in our head. I mean, Deborah Silverman, I'm taking an astrology course, as you guys know, the famous astrologer, Deborah Silverman. She says, like, who pays that voice in your head? Because it works over time. And it's true for all of us. But it's a dark season a little bit with Plathville. It really is. I think. Doesn't seem light, doesn't seem happy. And of course, we knew that was going to be the case because Kim and Barry are separated. We're going to start seeing more of Kim's man. Kim's boyfriend, of course, who's the aviation maintenance instructor. He's also Isaac's airplane teacher, aviation instructor. That's how she met him. So we're going to be introduced to him and the kids are all hanging out with him on Micah Plath's Instagram. They're all very into him. And Barry, of course, is getting national attention of how hot and savage he is. If someone could just do something with the glasses and the hair, we'd have a man. I think it's a really great show. Also would love to know where you're at with it. But I do think that video of Olivia was foreshadowing. Just my crazy wild prediction. Let's move on to 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, part 1 of the tell-all. Before we do that, though, some housekeeping things. One, all the merch you see behind me. Now the Sarah Fraser Show is entirely on YouTube. And we have a Reddit. You want to get into more fan theories? Hit me up on Reddit, reddit.com/r/the Sarah Fraser Show. Also have merchandise, amazon.com/shop/the Sarah Fraser Show. Also, best way to find it is in the description of this podcast that you're listening to. There's pillows, there's poppets, there's t-shirts, and more in many colors. Got to thank Dame Products. Guys, you need a vibrator in your life. And you know what? Your partner needs a vibrator that helps them out too. I'm talking no matter if your partner's guy, gal, however they identify. Dame Products are amazing, including their Fin, which is a finger vibrator with a removable tether designed to be an extension of your hand during both partner and solo play. Their Palm is soft and flexible, low-profile vibrator that bends to the curves of the body and fits in the palm of your hand. I love the Palm. shaped like a triangle. That's my favorite one. They're so easy to use. They have a long battery life, easy to charge. They actually even almost look like, I love the colors that they come in, and they're so pretty. They almost look like, decorations that you put around your house. Is that making sense? Like, when you have a bookshelf and, you've got some sort of decorative, tchotchke. They look like fabulous tchotchkes that then get you off. That's what I'm saying. I love Dame Products. They've been a longtime partner of the Sarah Fraser Show. They took a break in between, but they're back. I mean, that's how you know it's a good partner. Go to dameproducts.com. Get 15% off with the code TSFS. TSFS for 15% off at checkout. Enter the promo code when you go to dameproducts.com. I find 90 Day Fiance Before the 90 Days, season 6 that we are on the tello. I found it to be extremely boring. I find the cast to be boring. I find Terrell, who is going to supposedly call his catfisher. I don't even think the person's real. This is giving me War of the Roses, Kane show, circa 2010 vibes, staged. I don't believe that any catfisher is going to answer the phone and really stay on national TV, but here we go. I'm bored with this cast. I don't find them all that compelling. People felt like the star of the night was Statler for part 1, because Statler really was jumping in, especially with Misha and Nicola. By the way, did anyone realize that Misha is just 43 years old? I'm 41. I thought the bitch was 51. Is that terrible? Does she look younger than I am? Please be honest. I do not care about what you think of my looks or my weight. So just tell me, do I look older than Misha? Because I think I suffer from that too. I suffer from teeth whitening, teeth orexia, or whitening rexia, where my teeth can never be white enough. I'm constantly whitening them. I think we're down to one shred of enamel left. And I suffer from, I look at people and I do not believe that they're my age. In my mind, I still look 32, even though a bitch is 41. She's on a bunch of hormones because she's going to have another baby. I mean, I'm not pregnant yet, but I'll keep you posted. I thought Misha was 50 because she looks like she's had a ton of work done. I don't know. Am I wrong? Anyway, Misha, come on the show. I love you. I think I'm obsessed with you. You're so gorgeous. You're stunning. I obviously don't look nearly as stunning as you, so I'm hideous. But I just didn't think you were 43, girl. I don't know. Sorry. Also, we're learning more about Nicola. Did anyone know that Nicola is the CEO of Novena Prayer, where I guess you pray to have people help heal you? You pay for prayer and healing solutions through Nicola and his company. I got to look into Novena. Has anybody used them? Power of prayer. He's also an engineer. So apparently the website's amazing. He knows a lot of tricks and tips, and it keeps the website on and popping. I didn't know this. I did not know this. Okay. Why did I find it boring? I felt like they underutilized the live audience. Now, again, we get a part 2, so maybe there'll be questions from the audience, but I wanted more reaction, more audience interaction. And I also thought, I don't particularly like how they have the cast members sort of question each other, turn on each other, and weigh in. I don't love it because they're all problematic. And so it's always, I think, extremely contradictory. And none of them ever go Jasmine a little bit owned it last night, but rarely did they really own it. It's always Statler. Statler sort of ignores so far her personality and what fans thought, and just is on Misha and Nicola, that Nicola is an old school Catholic. He's going to come into the house. And I mean, he says it in the Bible, woman's place is in the home and the man runs the show and all that. I mean, he says it. So, it's not like Statler was making things up. But I thought that the audience, it would be a good time to have the audience a little bit against the couples and the couples a little bit united in how hard the process is, in how much they give of their own personality and time away from their families. I thought the audience was underutilized. The other thing that I find kind of boring about, I don't find any of the couples particularly likable. Christian and Chloe, we know are together. Chloe is here in the United States. And again, it's the way they're portrayed. I'm trying to think. Violet and Riley, I mean, that's a whole fuck show. I mean, do we even know what's going on? We go through all that. He makes her cry. He's she's a scam artist. We don't know if she's pregnant or not. by the way, we know Sheila is. Sheila and David are the redeeming. They're the most likable ones. They are. But but you don't get to hear like a lot of good things from them because they have hearing issues, so they're like not jumping in like the other couples are. Violet and Riley, I am confused as hell. But then like Violet is on her way here to the United States. Okay. Like I said, Christian and Chloe, I don't even find them to be that fascinating. But could be me. Maybe I need to get to know them more. Amanda and Razvan, we're going to hear more about them, but like awful relationship. I want to hear more about Razvan. I mean, he's sexy as fuck on Instagram. So I do want to hear more about that. I guess I wasn't really wowed with any of the storylines. David and Sheila is very sweet. We're going to hear more. The Teray thing, I'm not totally sold on that or buying it. Statler and Dempsey are together. I'm rooting for them. Statler is fun to watch on TikTok. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. I didn't find it all that interesting. And I thought there were ways that we could have spiced it up a bit. All I'm saying. I mean, maybe, they tease that David is with, David's been in contact with his translator. I mean, wouldn't that be a turn of events? But I just don't buy it. I think David's so like in love with Sheila. Jasmine and Gino, like I said, they drive me crazy. They're coming back to 90 Day Fiance. The network clearly loves them. Again, like I said, I think that they do a great job of lobbying. I think they have a chance to get a spinoff because people have such polarizing views about them. It's kind of the Cody Brown effect. And I think Jasmine's genius. I think she's very brilliant at keeping herself relevant on social media, revealing a lot about herself personally. Of course, we know last night there was a sex tape, but it was long before Gino was on the scene, and that was confirmed. So, but people are loving this season of Before the 90 Days. People are huge Statler and Dempsey fans. They're loving the diversity of the show. They're loving, very supportive of Chloe and her trans journey and autism. So people like really love it. I find Sister Wives Welcome to Plathville way more compelling. I'm really looking forward to season 10 of 90 Day Fiance because I'm over it. All right. Love you guys. At the Sarah Fraser Show, all across social media. Please weigh in. Bye, everybody.